Hi, Jewish Mom. I hope you had an amazing Pesach. I overall had a nice Pesach, and I wanted to share with you an experience that I had. It was actually the very last hour, let's say, of Pesach. So I've gone through things through the holiday quite smoothly, and then like the last hour of Pesach, I had a very difficult experience, and so I want to share that with you. Yesterday on Shabbat. I was speaking with other women, and I had the feeling that a lot of women had kind of challenging experiences involving anger this holiday. So if that was the case with you, something that we're dealing with not only Pesach, the whole year round. So I wanted to talk with you about how I dealt with what I went through. So basically, the last hour of Pesach, I became extremely angry at someone in my family, um, and um, and I got so angry that like I couldn't even stay in the house. So I went out of my house and I was just literally just sitting on a park bench like a block from my house, just being furious and just feeling like I am so outraged that I'm going to do something completely outrageous. Okay, I never thought of the connection between outrage and outrageous, but I all of a sudden this Pesach I figured out the connection. Feeling outrage and I'm doing something completely outrageous, and I don't care. I didn't care if I would never speak with this person again. I didn't care if it was going to be something that I had to deal with for years, dealing with the repercussions of the awful, outrageous thing I was about to do because of my outrage over what this person had done. So I'm just sitting there and sitting there, and I'm just, sitting there for like 45 minutes, and just the feeling is not budging. The feeling is not budging. This fury. And so my mind is rushing of all the outrageous things I'm going to do to get back at this person and to express to this person how furious I am at them. And so what I did after like 45 minutes is, okay, I thought to myself, okay, what does Hashem want from me right now? And I imagined the situation through Hashem's eyes. So I imagined Hashem looking down on my family and looking down at the Weisberg family and saying, well, that's a pretty nice family. Nice family. They have, issues, not issues. They have weaknesses, strengths, but overall, a pretty nice Jewish family, getting along pretty well for the most part. And got through Pesach with all the tensions and all the difficulties and all the challenges of everyone all being together. The Weisbergs got through Pesach pretty well. And I thought, like, what does Hashem want from me? I just focusing on that picture of like the family. So I remembered something I read in an article. It's an article in the Mishpacha magazine put out. It was like the family first. Put out for Pesach. It's an article by Elisheva Apple. It was called Prioritizing Peace. Okay, wait, can you see it? Prioritizing peace. Basically, it's about this specific issue. About families getting into conflicts on Pesach. So I read, and what I thought of when I'm sitting in the playground, seething with fury and planning all these outrageous things I'm going to do because I'm outraged. I remembered this quote from Rabbi Yaakov Solomon. You might remember from H.com, he used to make these videos on H.com. So he, in addition to being a rabbi, he's a psychotherapist. So Rabbi Solomon says, Rabbi Solomon, who in his private therapy practice has witnessed all too many times the fallout of tension-filled Yamim Tovim holidays, urges people to make the firm decision that come what may, they will not be the cause of a confrontation. He says, quote, all you need is one major argument for everyone to feel uncomfortable, he says, and there's the terrible possibility that family members won't want to get together again. Consider it yareg va'al yavor. This literally means that you will be killed rather than do this thing. He's exaggerating, but that you would rather die than say I was Yareg Val Yavor, say I will not start or respond to any confrontation. If not, you may regret it for the rest of your life. Okay, so after reading this, I just thought, okay, like Rabbi Solomon said that, and God's looking down and seeing that we've got a pretty nice family going on over here for the most part, with our weaknesses and our strengths, but pretty much it's a good family happening over here. And so I just decided, okay, I am outraged and I want to do something completely outrageous, which, to quote Rabbi Solomon, would be something that possibly I would regret for the rest of my life, and it would be something that then maybe the people in our family would not want to get together again because I would do something so outrageous. But the truth is, at that moment, I was so outraged, I didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't care that possibly I could kind of with one misplaced like phrase or scream or whatever that I could kind of tear my family apart. At that moment I was so outraged I didn't care, but I just decided, okay, God's looking down on my family saying we've got a nice family. Rabbi Yaakov Solomon said, Yereg Va'al Yavor, don't do it, better to die than do that, then make a confrontation, said that's going to tear apart your family. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait. If this specific problem I'm outraged over has not been taken care of by, and then I gave myself until Saturday night, until 24 hours from that time. I'm going to give it 24 hours. 24 hours from now, if this has not been taken care of, I'm going to let go and let all my outrage fly and do outrageous things. So I went home and feeling still quite furious. And I walked in the door and I realized at that moment that the thing that I'd been so outraged about had been taken care of. And so I didn't even have to wait 24 hours. And like within a few minutes, then, everything went away. But I felt like it was such a powerful experience. And so, for all of us, Pesach is over. And maybe probably actually people were involved in conflicts or tense situations in their families. If you're spending your Pesach, as we probably all were, with our families. And so in conclusion, what are we going to do from now on for the rest of the year? So something to do, I think, is to look at the situation. You're in a conflict, you want to do something, you're outraged, you want to do something outrageous. Remember this. Remember to see the situation through Hashem's eyes. Remember what Rabbi Solomon said. It's Yereg Va'al Yavor. Don't do something that's going to tear apart your family. He's like in his therapy practice. He sees people who from one misplaced scream, they tore apart their family. From really, really letting everything get off their chests, they destroyed their family. So the rest of the year, and this what I recommend is to keep that in mind and to say you're gonna wait. 24 hours might be a lot, depending on how you're feeling. Even say 5 minutes. I'm not gonna do something outrageous for 5 minutes. Just push off your reaction. It's very, very difficult, but I think that we have, I heard an amazing story this Pasha about this is a different, kind of on the same topic, about Aaron Kohen, about Aaron the priest, and it turns out, Aaron the priest, after Chet HaEgel, after the sin of the golden calf, then he thought that he was going to be punished for what had happened. But the truth is, he wasn't. God wasn't actually angry at him. Wasn't going to punish him for the sin of the golden calf. What God was angry about was that the Israelites had danced around the golden calf. It wasn't the actual sin, because it turned out in the specific sin, I believe the Netivot Shalom says, that they didn't actually have any choice in the matter. This was something that God decreed there would be this sin. Okay, what's in our hand is how we react afterwards. And so I feel like with this angry situation, I feel like it was kind of okay, this happened, this situation that made me outraged, and the only choice that I have is how am I going to react? Am I going to wait 5 minutes? I'm going to wait 5 hours, 24 hours before I react, and in that way, and by holding myself back, to keep the peace. Okay, I want to bless all of you Jewish moms with an amazing week called.